Episode 4, Echoes of a Dying Sun. Humanity did not leave the city unchanged. The ancient structures beneath the ocean were not relics. They were repositories. The deeper humanity explored, the clearer it became that the city was not a monument to the past. It was a safeguard. Within living walls and dormant systems, knowledge revealed itself slowly, responding not to commands, but to comprehension. The city was not designed to be looted. It was designed to be understood. At first, the discoveries were incremental, fragments of propulsion theory, energy transfer models, mathematics that bent around concepts humanity had no words for. Then came the breakthrough, faster-than-light travel, not as a single device, but as a principle, one that treated space not as a barrier, but as a medium. Humanity had always believed faster-than-light travel required infinite energy. The city proved otherwise. It required harmony, the manipulation of space-time through layered fields that moved with the universe instead of against it. Distance became negotiable. Soon after came universal language systems, not translators in the traditional sense, but interpretive matrices, capable of recognizing intent, emotional context, and conceptual meaning across species. Words were no longer the foundation of communication. Understanding was. Long-range communication systems followed. Networks capable of transmitting information across interstellar distances without delay. Messages no longer bound by light speed. The universe, once vast and silent, suddenly felt closer. Then came defense. Shield technologies, unlike anything humanity had conceived. Fields that did not stop force, but redirected it. Weapons passed through harmlessly, space itself bending to protect what lay within. Not shields of war, shields of survival. Ship schematics emerged next, not warships, exploration vessels, endurance craft designed to operate for generations, self-repairing hulls, adaptive systems, living integration between crew and machine. Humanity was not being taught how to conquer the stars. It was being taught how to exist among them. As the city revealed more of its archives, a deeper truth surfaced. One humanity had never been prepared to face. The overlords who engineered humanity had not abandoned Earth out of cruelty. They had fled. Records embedded deep within the city spoke of stellar analysis, long-term observation, a slow, irreversible decline. Earth's sun was dying, not suddenly, not catastrophically, but inevitably. Humanity's creators had known. They had calculated the outcome long before the first human civilization rose. They had engineered humanity with adaptability, not as a gift, but as a contingency. When the moment came, they took their fleets, their technology, their solutions, and they left. Free will was not bestowed. It was what remained. But the city was not finished speaking. Through the newly activated universal language systems, humanity finally understood the markings found on Mars. The alien structures, the terraformed scars, the altered fate of the red planet. The architects of Mars were not the creators. They were successors, a civilization that arrived after humanity's makers had departed. They had come seeking remnants, seeking proof, seeking answers of their own. Mars had not been chosen at random. It was close, familiar, and already altered once before. The architects had moved to Mars deliberately, and there they tested something extraordinary, a stellar restoration device, technology capable of stabilizing and re-energizing a failing star. They had repowered the sun, not fully, not permanently, but enough. Enough to observe the consequences, enough to measure survival. Mars was not a sanctuary. It was a laboratory, and Earth was still part of the experiment. With this knowledge, humanity acted. Across the solar system, massive sensor arrays were constructed, listening posts anchored in deep space, observatories tuned not just to energy, but to intent, signals of intelligence, patterns of distress, echoes of civilizations long gone. For the first time, humanity was not searching blindly. It was searching with purpose for its creators, for the architects, for anyone who might hold answers or warnings. Then, the signal arrived. Weak, fragmented, barely holding together, it originated far beyond known space, a broadcast transmitted across every frequency imaginable, a final attempt to be heard. Universal language systems decoded it instantly. An unknown species, under siege, an invasion already underway, cities falling, defenses collapsing, entire populations burning. The message was not a plea. It was a record, a testament meant to survive, even if they did not. Humanity listened in silence. The signal repeated, each iteration weaker than the last. This species did not know who would hear them, or if anyone would. They had sent their message into the void, hoping someone had learned to listen. Humanity now possessed faster-than-light travel, universal communication, defensive systems capable of resisting forces that once would have annihilated it, and the knowledge of what it meant to be abandoned. The choice was no longer about survival. It was about identity. Would humanity become what its creators had been, observers who calculated the cost and walked away, or something else? The signal continued to repeat, fading, waiting, and for the first time in its history, humanity held the power to answer. This has been a Last Light Studios production. In the next episode, humanity decides whether it will intervene and learns what it truly means to be seen by the universe.